It was 1957, and on the streets of Indianapolis, the first 500 Festival Parade made its initial run as part of a 3-event celebration to go along with the running of the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indianapolis 500. The first parade was the beginning of the 500 Festival, and the popularity of the event was such that it continued to grow with the addition of several events to go along with the parade. Celebrities from the world of entertainment and major political figures became a part of this great all-American tradition. As we celebrate the 75th running of the Indianapolis 500, we also celebrate the 35th anniversary of the 500 Festival. And we dedicate this program to the brave men and women of Operation Desert Storm.
The Hardee's 500 Festival Parade is brought to you by Hardee's and by Dodge. This year, Dodge Performance paces Indy, the official cars and trucks of the 75th Indianapolis 500.
It's going to be a great day in Indianapolis, Indiana, and we're getting ready to enjoy the Hardee's 500 Festival Parade. Now, this is a very special event this year. We're going to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the parade and the 75th running of the Indy 500. Now, our grand marshals are the legendary A.J. Foyt. He is a 4-time winner of the race, and the chairman emeritus of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway will be with him, Mrs. Mary Hullman. Now, joining me to bring you all of the excitement of this event is Diane Willis, who anchors our news for our local affiliate, and this is going to be a great day.
It is going to be a great day. You know, in Indianapolis, we always say, if you wait 5 minutes, the weather changes.
A couple of sprinkles, they're going to go away.
They will. Thank you, Dick, and welcome to all of you to Indianapolis. We are going to be seeing a terrific parade this year because in addition to the marching bands and the floats and the giant balloons and the race drivers and the celebrities who will be participating in the Indianapolis 500, we are going to be saluting also the men and women who participated in Operation Desert Storm. Nothing could be more fitting than on this Memorial Day weekend.
Right on the nose. And with us is Diane's co-anchor, Clyde Lee, who's going to be talking to the celebrities as they come down the parade route. Clyde, what's happening out there?
Well, we have just a little bit of rain, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about the umbrellas because we have all the ingredients we need for a successful parade. We have colorful floats, high-stepping bands, lots of celebrities, and an eager crowd. And I'll be down here to introduce you to some of the people who make up this great parade.
We are about ready to begin, so stay with us for the 35th anniversary of the Hardee's 500 Festival Parade.
What makes Hardee's biscuits different from everyone else's?
We do our biscuits from scratch.
Bakers.
This is a scratch buttermilk biscuit. They're baked minutes before you order it.
I like to do it gently. You get a nice, smooth cut.
We do this so they all come out perfect.
Perfect biscuits.
And it makes you feel good.
Rise and shine made from scratch biscuits and biscuit bakers. Only Hardee's.
Dodge Shadow America and Plymouth Sundance America not only have a more powerful engine and more room than the Honda Civic, they're the lowest priced cars in the world with an airbag. And now, there's a low monthly price for first-time buyers and additional factory-to-dealer incentives that could save you even more. At about $4.50 a day, that's less than you spend on lunch. Maybe it's time you rediscovered American values you can really sink your teeth into.
Find peace of mind. In this fast-paced world with its increasing conflicts and pressures, the answers to that question are more desirable than ever. This month on Day of Discovery, Bible teacher Dave Burnham speaks to issues regarding today's family, including single parents, grandparents, and parents of special children. How can a parent find peace of mind? Hear what the Bible and parents who trust it have to say. That's this week on Day of Discovery.
This weekend on Weekend Travel Update, is this the kind of place you think of for a big city getaway? Beyond the Manhattan skyline lies a place called Brooklyn. Even Ralph and Norton never saw it like this. Then a different kind of vacation. This summer, the USA is getting away to Maine. Plus, is America for sale to foreign tourists? You bet, for about $50 billion. The whole story on Weekend Travel Update.
Saturday at 5:30 on Coda Territory.
To start this Memorial Day celebration, would you please stand and join the DFAS Center Choir as they sing our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets went where the bumpers through air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome to the Hardee's 500 Festival Parade, beginning with the Indianapolis Police Motorcycle Drill Team, formed back in 1957. They've participated in 3 inaugural parades, the Orange Bowl, the Citrus Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, more than 30 American Legion National Convention parades. Great organization. There's the Color Guard, Diane.
And the Joint Service Color Guard is up next. There's a traditional lead every year, and it's especially fitting this year. The Color Guard represents all branches of service, includes the Army, Navy, Marine, Air Force, and Coast Guard flags. They're based out of the Defense Information School at Fort Harrison.
Those are all of the combined flags together. Quite a display.
And they're getting quite a round of applause. People are remembering on this Memorial Day weekend what those flags stand for, and remembering all of the Gulf War heroes, many of whom are returning, many of whom will be coming back within the next few months.
We'll have over 3,000 participants in uniform in this parade. Dion, what is that checkerboard design down there? That's not a permanent installation, is it?
No, it is a carpet that is laid down. It was laid down just yesterday. 20,000 yards of black and white checks, and all of the units that you see marching by go by at 120 steps a minute. Everything is very, very well coordinated. Volunteers have worked a long time to ensure that everything goes just as planned.
And here we go with the 74th Army Band, commanded by Master Warrant Officer Richard M. Sadler from Fort Benjamin Harrison. They're charged with providing ceremonial recreational music. They worked recently for President George Bush, Bob Hope, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let's give a listen.
Are some of the returning veterans you're seeing now on your screen from Operation Desert Storm, and there are thousands of American flags that are being waved by people watching in the stands.
This is a good group of people, Dion. It's been pretty soggy out here, but it hasn't dampened their spirits one iota.
It's a can-do spirit here in the city. It really, really is. And a very patriotic city. And we are seeing now real-life heroes. Meet one of the Gulf War heroes. He is Air Force pilot Captain Richard Storr. He served in both Desert Shield and Desert Storm with the 23rd Tactical Fighter Wing. He is an A-10 flight commander. He was a POW. was shot down and captured February 2nd in 1991.
And we also had there Roger Clark. We don't miss him. He was serving with both Desert Shield and Desert Storm, also stationed at the England Air Force Base in Louisiana. Through 49 sorties, accumulating 102 hours of flying time. This is the 380th Quartermaster Company Desert Storm Unit. Listen to that applause. They departed for Saudi Arabia on January 14th, returned on April 16th of 1991. The Quartermaster Company here is from Evansville, Indiana, operates petroleum terminals and pipeline facilities vital to the operation. You're watching the Hardee's 500 Festival Parade. More to come.
The RCA projection screen is so big, you'll feel like part of the show when you watch the RCA home theater. It also has Dolby surround sound that's so real,
Stand back, everyone.
you'll forget you're sitting at home.
Let me handle this.
The RCA home theater also has Pix-in-Pix. It lets you watch two things at once, in color. Another way RCA is changing entertainment again.
I heard Hardee's is now making deli, so I came to see if there's any competition.
You have to have fresh ingredients. Slice the meat just so.
It's a nice, big, juicy sandwich.
Okay, a big roast beef with tomatoes, lettuce, and mayo in deli talk.
I've got a beef with Tommy on the grass. Schmear 'em.
Chicken fillet to go.
Bird from Philly to Schlepp.
To go.
Slep.
Slap. Turkey club to go.
Big club walking.
Let's taste. There's no better tasting sandwiches than real deli sandwiches. Only Hardee's.
This Hardee's does good deli.
They qualify with speed, but it takes more than speed to conquer their next challenge. It takes skill, teamwork, and sometimes pure luck. It's the world's greatest auto race, the Indianapolis 500 Live. Then it's the next challenge in the International Race of Champions. It's all Sunday on ABC Sports.
Next, on the West, they're called slap suits, and big business uses them to keep you quiet.
They deter people. They discourage people from participating in government, and that's what's so bad about them.
And meet the Code Talkers, forgotten Native American heroes of World War II. Plus, we'll show you where the Old West still comes to life.
Now give me your money. Get your hands up.
For uniquely Western news stories you won't see anywhere else, watch The West.
Saturday evening at 5.
The Birmingham Fire try to nail down a playoff spot when they travel to Raleigh-Durham. It's the season finale of the World League, Saturday on ABC Sports.
Hi, I'm Diane Willis with Dick Clark, and we are here at the 35th 500 Festival Parade.
I need vital information.
Yes.
Where is West?
West is right over there.
That's where the storm is, and they say it's going to stay away for an hour and a half at least, so we're all right. What's the temperature?
It's about 79 degrees. It's very, very humid, but that has not stopped people from coming out. People are really out in force. About 250,000 people here watching the parade.
Dion, where are we right now? In the heart of Indianapolis, or almost at the center?
We're close to it, about 3 blocks away. Indiana is the only state where the Capitol is in the exact center of the state, and we're close to the exact center of both the Capitol and the state.
This is an amazing sight, though, when you see the reception these people are getting. The Desert Storm troops returning. We'll try to identify them as we go along. Every branch's service is being recognized with equal applause. We're real just so happy to have these men and women back. 3,000 of them out.
Right, and they are just bringing out such a wellspring of emotion from people. I don't know if you can pick up the songs that they're singing. They're marching songs. But almost every hand is raised, and if it's not raised waving a flag, it is clapping. And if you could see the faces, especially of the children, as they look upon these returning veterans, some of them who stayed here and provided a lot of important support. There's a little girl waving.
You know what's so wonderful? War is never wonderful, Dion, but the spirit that it wrapped us in and brought us all together was a magnificent change in a year that wasn't all that encouraging. Listen to these guys on the street out there.
We just saw them going right down between us.
Many of these units are hailing from Fort Benjamin Harrison, just a little north of Indianapolis, and we've had so many homecomings, as has every part of the country. And the tearful welcome homes and the families reunited It has brought back such a spirit. A lot of families now are seeing their husbands or their sons or their wives or their sisters marching down and getting recognition that they've so deserved.
It's a shame we can't recognize them all individually. We've got the 425th Personnel Service Company, the 1st Battalion Company, 1st Battalion Company B, 1st Battalion Company C, the 2nd Battalion Company A. It's just an extraordinary group of people. The Marine Corps is here, the Navy is here, the Coast Guard is here, the Army and Air Force.
And they are getting all the waves and the welcomes and the red, white, and blue flag waving that they deserve. Lots of warmth.
When we first came out here, Dion, these streets were deserted for a moment. Where did all these people come from? I do New Year's and they arrive in bad weather, but this is amazing. They just arrive from doorways all of a sudden.
They do. These are the Marines from Barstow. You're seeing them.
There they are, from Barstow, California. They come from all over the country.
This is the Marine Corps Mounted Color Guard that you're seeing here. They're celebrating their 23rd anniversary on November of this year. They are named the Outstanding Overall Equestrian Unit 2 years ago, the only military unit so named with such an honor.
All right, this is the 4th Marine Aircraft Wing Band. They perform for well over 5 million people and travel more than 60,000 miles annually.
And aren't they thrilling? Just look at them and listen. You may be surprised to hear that they play both classical and contemporary music, and followed by them, the 4th Marine Division Desert Storm Unit. They're commanded by Captain Charles Haslip and the 1st Sergeant Gary Murray.
They were activated December 2nd, 1990 to support Operation Desert Shield. January 2nd, they arrived in Saudi Arabia. They supported the division headquarters throughout Saudi Arabia and Kuwait during the war.
And we just welcomed them home about a month ago.
There's the Navy Band from Memphis, Dion.
And they're home ported at the Naval Air Station in Millington, Tennessee. And lots of little kids, young and old, getting into the spirit. Here we see now the U.S. Naval Marine Corps Reserve Readiness Center. The six crew members are from the USS Indianapolis. It is a nuclear-powered attack submarine, home-ported in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. And it was commissioned 11 years ago. It has a crew of 125, and there you see 6 of them.
That's from the USS Indianapolis.
And we are glad to see them here. We sort of take a proprietary feeling for them.
You got to share that with everybody else.
I know we do, and we will. Let's give them a good welcome. We'll be back in just a few moments with the 35th parade. Stay with us.
I heard Hardee's is now making deli, so I came to see if there's any competition. Okay, a big roast beef with tomatoes, lettuce, and mayo in deli talk.
I've got a beef with Tommy on the grass, schmear 'em.
Chicken fillet to go.
Bird from Philly to Schlepp.
Turkey club to go.
Big club waffle.
There's no better tasting sandwiches than real deli sandwiches.
This Hardee's does a good deli.
And for dessert, try our new premium frozen yogurt in a cone or a sundae. It's just like the great tasting frozen yogurt at a yogurt shop. Only Hardee's.
Your new General Motors vehicle is more like this Indy race car than you think. Both run with Delco Electronics engine computers. Delco Electronics has built more than 50 million for everyday vehicles. They're a recent addition to Indy cars. Now race drivers can get the same benefits. Chevrolet, Geo, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, Cadillac, and GMC truck drivers experience impressive fuel economy and acceleration. Engine computers. One way Delco Electronics is driving the world in automotive technology.
Hi, I'm Bob Vila from Home Again. For a very unusual floor finish, you might want to try wood blocks. Lay out your floor the way you would any ceramic tile floor. But here are 4 things that are unique to wood block floors. You need to use an oil-based mastic to avoid warping. Lay each tile individually. They don't come in sheets. And grout with a mixture of 2 parts sawdust and 1 part fast-drying oil-based sealer. Let it set overnight and then apply an oil-based sealer or polyurethane for a beautiful finish. I'm Bob Vila. Good luck with your building project.
He designs death-defying rides that thrill millions every year, but he gets sick just riding in a car. This weekend on Entertainment Tonight, meet the mastermind behind terrifying roller coasters and get the ride of your life. Then how wild can movie making get? The stars of Bruce Willis's newest comedy, Tell It All. Plus, William Baldwin tells how a new role got him hot under the collar, and it wasn't the flames. It's all this weekend only on Entertainment Tonight.
Sunday evening at 5.
Dion, I was asking you before where we were. This is a good eagle's eye view here.
Yes, it is, and it's sort of drenched in a nice soft light. You see the Hoosier Dome over there to the right in the background. Bank 1 is the tallest building on the skyline. Indiana National Bank is another skyscraper quite close to us here.
Needless to say, we've got the Goodyear blimp providing that shot from there. Pilot John Moran is up there out on their tour. We'll talk more about them later. Coming up, look at this. This is the drill team.
U.S. Navy Flying Drill Team. It's under the direction of Petty Officer First Class Clark. It's home ported at the Naval Air Technical Training Center in Millington, Tennessee, and they are getting a round of applause, rapt attention from people here at the parade.
This is called the U.S. Navy Flying Rifles Drill Team. Watch this. There you go.
And people love them.
And they never seem to drop them.
No.
I don't know what you do when I guess you just pick it up and go on.
I think they know that all eyes are on them and on the checkered carpet. Our next unit, the Naval Training Center, Great Lakes. The sailors passing by represent the Naval Training Center in Great Lakes, Illinois. It was established in 1911 and has contributed over 2 million sailors to defend the U.S. and to man ships.
It is the oldest of the Navy's 3 training centers. More Desert Storm troops here. The audience gives everybody an equal round of applause.
I believe these are the 305th Air Refueling Wing. They're from Grissom Air Force Base in Indiana, commanded by Colonel Russell Rinklin. It's part of SAC, the Strategic Air Command, and it provides in-air refueling to fixed-wing aircraft. And they were very, very much a part of Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm.
And this is the Indiana Army National Mounted Guard, the color guard there from the Military Department of the Indiana Ceremonial Unit from Stoutfield in Indianapolis, Indiana. Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Mueller is leading the unit, the Indiana National Guard, a ceremonial unit. It's an all-volunteer unit that participates in military ceremonies and so forth. There's the flag unit following up behind.
Their nickname is the Cyclone Division, the 38th Infantry Division Marching Color Guard, and I love that motto, kind of a primal force.
This is the 38th Division Band, directed by Chief Warrant Officer Jim Williams, located in Indianapolis. The band plays throughout Indiana at military and civic functions, and give a listen.
Desert Storm soldiers from the Indiana National Guard. If you have any idea of how important mail and the letters are to soldiers in the field, then these guys and women were a part of that effort. They served in Operation Desert Storm in Saudi Arabia. They're headquartered in Michigan City. I hope they are all feeling how welcome they are upon returning.
I don't think anybody can help but feel it, Diane. It permeates the whole air.
Many people are standing, giving them almost a standing ovation as they march by. This is the first time with these 3,000 returning veterans, many of them from Operation Desert Storm, many of them from around the world, many of them from other areas. that people here have had a chance to greet so many at one time, and I think hearts are overflowing.
How long is this parade, Diane, in terms of miles? Have you any idea?
Yes, I do. It is 3 miles long, very well coordinated. The marchers walk 120 steps a minute, and there's 50 feet between each of the units.
I've never seen such coordination. I've been in attendance at a lot of parades, but this runs like a precision instrument.
Yes, very military at this point.
There's that carpet we were talking about before. I wonder how many people it takes to lay that one down. That's a Goodyear blimp. By the way, I mentioned their tour. They're on the blimp tour of 91, and this is one of their stops, giving us great shots.
And it is piloted by John Moran. It's 192 feet long, and it can carry 6 people, getting us some beautiful shots of the city.
We have the Indiana National Guard Troop, the 2nd Infantry Brigade, the 76th Infantry Brigade, the 38th Division Artillery. Everybody represented.
Many of them are based here in Indianapolis or in Indiana. And it's really as far as your eye can see, down both the checkered carpet and down Pennsylvania Street, you see soldiers, men and women from Operation Desert Storm.
Listen to that applause, and that feels good.
It really does.
Welcome home.
You wish you could really read the minds of those who are watching the parade, watching these men and women.
That little girl there will have read about it later on and figured it all up, but right now it's just a fun parade. Nice to have them home.
But there is something awe-inspiring about seeing the flags and men and women in uniform and their mottos, their can-do mottos.
Okay, we're going to go to a commercial break again, guys. Stand by.
And we will be back in just a moment for the Hardee's 500 Festival Parade. Stay with us.
What do you call a car that out-accelerates a Ferrari Testarossa or a Lotus Esprit? Out-corners a Porsche Carrera. I've been called the affordable Ferrari by Motor Trend and was named one of the world's top 10 performance car values. You call it the Dodge Stealth RT Turbo. Now choose from 4 Stealth models starting at $16,878. Welcome home, America. Advantage Dodge. What makes Hardee's biscuits different from everyone else's?
We do our biscuits from scratch.
Bakers.
This is a scratch buttermilk biscuit. They're baked minutes before you order it.
I like to do it gently. You get a nice, smooth cut.
We do this so they all come out perfect.
Perfect biscuits.
And they makes you feel good.
Rise and shine made from scratch biscuits and biscuit bakers. Only Hardee's.
Will a nosy reporter dig up the right stuff?
Didn't the company tell you to cooperate with me?
Cooperate, not gossip.
It's the young riders.
Hey,
Ben.
Lieutenant!
They've got fast boats and dirty money. By air and by sea. It's a high-tech game of cat and mouse.
Why are you doing this, Ben?
I'm having a slow morning.
Cat Everett goes up against modern-day pirates in Thunderbolt Row.
Followed by Coda Territory News Tonight.
On Tuesday, May 28th, please join with Coda Territory Television and KOTA Radio in a memorial blood drive. From 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., we encourage you to donate blood in memory of or in honor of someone you love. Your life-saving donation is a safe and simple procedure which takes just 40 minutes. Please bring some form of identification with you, such as a driver's license. Plan to donate Tuesday, KOTA Day, at United Blood Services at the corner of West Omaha and Deadwood Avenue.
Hi, and welcome back once again to the Hardee's 500 Festival Parade. Dick Clark with Diane Willis here. And you're about to see the Purdue All-American Marching Band, directed by Dr. David Lepla from Purdue University in West Lafayette, Indiana. They have led the 500 Festival Parade since its inception 35 years ago.
And there you see the Golden Girl and the Silver Twins after her, the Girl in Black. It's one of the most famous bands in the U.S.
And the largest bass drum in the world.
You bet.
Coming right up.
They have a long weekend ahead of them, Dick. They'll be performing on the main straightaway for the upcoming race, and they're just a part of the tradition.
Those are the Silver Twins out there.
It stands out for its size, its precision, its musicality, and its spirit. Let's give a listen.
Here's that drum I mentioned before. That is a big one. It's on wheels.
It's enormous. It takes about 8 people to maneuver it around. Oh,
whoops, we lost one.
It's understandable. It's very slippery, that carpet. They get it going, and they give it a good beat. There's a lot of pomp and pageantry and tradition with the 500, and synonymous with that tradition, the 1991 co-grand marshals, Mary Holman and A.J. Foyt. Mrs. Holman succeeded her late husband, Anton Holman, as chairman of the board of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. She's chairman emeritus. A.J. Foyt will be racing in his 34th 500-mile race, and it marks the 35th anniversary of his USAC debut. He was the first 4-time winner of the Indy 500 and the only driver to have won the 500, the Daytona 500, and the 24 Hours of Le Mans. He's also an honorary doctor. Dr. A.J. Foyt, we need to call him.
It's nice to have him back again. 4-time winner.
And the excitement is just beginning for them, for all of us in this parade.
And they are followed by the Ura Shrine Horse Patrol, appearing for its 35th year on the Hardee's International Festival here. The Ura Shrine Horse Patrol from Indianapolis. Each of the 25 riders owns and is responsible for those magnificent matched golden Palomino horses. Beautiful silver saddles. Under the direction of Drill Captain Neil Klasick and Parade Marshal John Kogel. Well known throughout the whole United States, the Ura Shrine Horse Patrol from Indianapolis.
You may notice a little uncertainty on the part of the horses. They read this checkered carpet as a whole area filled with potholes, so they are a little leery, even though they do train on it.
Okay, here come the governor and his wife. Okay, here we go, governor and his wife.
And coming up next, Governor Evan Bayh and Susan Bayh. They greet us from a 1920 Stutz provided by the Hall of Fame Museum at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Governor Bayh is the nation's youngest governor. He served as Secretary of State for 3 years, and his wife, Susan, is also an attorney, a corporate attorney at Eli Lilly. And they're waving their flags, too, like everyone else.
A 1920 Stutz, isn't that a beauty? I was told at one time, Diane, over 300 cars of different makes were manufactured in the state of Indiana in the early days, the turn of the century,
it was
including the Stutz.
That's right.
And this is the Arrowhead High School Band appearing for the first time in the parade, directed by Bruce Herdig from Arrowhead High School located in Heartland, Wisconsin. 150 members. They performed in the Cheyenne, Wyoming Frontier Days, Washington, D.C. Cherry Blossom Festival, Toronto, and many others. Let's hear a little bit of the music here from the Arrowhead High School Band. Arrowhead High School Band making their first appearance at the Hardee's 500 Festival Parade.
Our first float is traditionally the Indianapolis Motor Speedway float, and as you can see, it carries the lovely 500 Festival Queen and her court. The Queen is Kristen Elaine Razor from Lafayette. Purdue fans must be happy. She is the second Queen in as many years from Purdue, and she's also the youngest Queen and her court. Megan Leigh Ellsbury, also from Lafayette. Heather Christine Gray from Indianapolis. Joe Lawrence from Peru, and Tiffany Jane Storm from Bloomington. They'll have a very, very busy next few days.
Dion, that trophy in the front there is what?
It is the Borg Warner Trophy. It's the one coveted by every driver in the Indy 500 race. Do you have any idea how much it weighs? 80 pounds.
Wow.
Sterling silver.
Well, this is just the first of many floats, and along the way we'll be announcing the various winners who just were handed those results this morning.
These young women have worked very hard representing the 500 race and all the festivities during the entire month of May.
Riding here in a 1920 Pierce Arrow is the Honorable William H. Hudnut III and his wife Beverly and son Stevie Hudnut. Mayor has served as mayor of Indianapolis for the past 16 years. Also a Presbyterian minister in days ago, and a U.S. congressman before he was elected mayor of Indianapolis. His Honor, Mayor William Hudnut III.
J.C. Penney Company, again, the proud sponsor of the Indianapolis 500 Festival Parade Princesses Float for 19 years. It's provided the outfits, the casual and the dress clothes for the princesses to wear during all festival activities. The 500 Festival Princesses there you see are on the float. Together the Queen and her royal court, and the 28 princesses that you see here represent 9 colleges in Indiana and 14 cities in the state of Indiana.
A beautiful looking set of young ladies. Our next unit making their first appearance in the Hardee's Indianapolis 500 Festival Memorial Parade is the Mid-America Miniature Horse Club, led by Don Boone from Crawfordsville, Indiana. Teams and wagons and small horses. Golly, Dion, they got to be about maybe hardly 3 feet tall, these little guys. They participated in the Kentucky Derby Parade last year. It was their first parade, and we welcome them to Indianapolis, the Mid-America Miniature Horse Club.
And we'll be right back with the Hardee's 500 Festival Parade in just a moment.
I'm Alan Bourne, chairman of Amex. Amex is proud to be involved in Indy cars and pleased that Amex products like aluminum and moly lubricants contribute to the performance of the world's finest racing machines. Amex also has businesses involved in coal, oil and gas, and gold production. Best of luck to Tony Bentonhausen, Tony B, driving the number 16 Amex Penske Chevy. Be quick, Tony, and be safe.
Watch the Indianapolis 500 on Sunday, May 26th, and you could win a red-hot new Dodge Stealth. Check your mailbox for the Indy 500 TV viewing guide. It has all the winning details, plus a free poster offer and special deals on your favorite products. Look for the Indy 500 TV viewing guide in your mailbox this week. You could win the hot new Dodge Stealth and a trip to Indy.
J. Edgar Hoover. He was the FBI.
The FBI is clean, tough.
She wants to die! She's obsessed with the leaves on that vine outside of her window. She thinks that when the last leaf falls off the vine, she's gonna die too.
You must fight like that vine.
Art Carney, you know him as the last leaf.
Monday at noon on Coda Territory.
Made in America, made in America, made in America.
The best of what is made in America is what you see, hear, and feel when you tour America. For a free guide to traveling in America, call Travel for Tomorrow, 1-800-755-TOUR.
Made in America.
marching band from Chesterton High School. Let's give a listen.
And here you're looking at the Kroger float. It's entitled America's Bounty, taking a patriotic look at food with a beautiful cornucopia that you see there and the ever-familiar shopping cart. And appearing on the float are 18 superstars from an IPS school, School 46. They've been selected because they are scholarship winners. You might be able to make out also two Uncle Sams on the float. They are teachers at the school, and overseeing them, Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Education here in the city, Dr. James Ray. Kroger float. One of about 46 floats today. And there you see some of those IPS superstars. The rain didn't get to them at all. The Kroger float.
This is the Indianapolis Police Department Mounted Patrol making their 6th appearance in the 500 Festival Memorial Parade. Under the direction of Lieutenant Timothy M. Hortz, the group consists of 12 full-time police officers, 4 women and 8 men. The majority of their mounts are American quarter horses with Australian stock saddles. They patrol in downtown Indianapolis on a daily basis, also participate in numerous festivals and parades in Marion County throughout the years, as well as the Kentucky Derby Pegasus Parade in Louisville, Kentucky. This is the Indianapolis Police Department Mounted Patrol.
And Dick, greeting us now from the seat of a 1927 Lincoln, the 1991 500 Festival President, Mr. Jim Massey, and his family. Riding with him is his wife, Margaret. He has served on the 500 Festival Board of Directors for the last 7 years. That adds many hours to his day, but he's regular job CEO of Merchants National Bank Corporation. There is his family that you see there waving. Jim Massey, 500 Festival President. Busy time for him. It's been a busy month.
I would think so. These festivities start about 30 days ago, don't they?
They do. It makes it the second largest festival in the United States after the Rose Bowl.
All right, this is Lawrence Central High School. The Spirit of Central is directed by Stephen Muir and Robert Barton from Lawrence Central High School in Indianapolis. They represent the official representative of the state of Indiana at the bicentennial celebration of the French Revolution held in Paris in 1989. Travels throughout Europe, and let's hear the kind of music they play from Lawrence Central High School.
Music now. INB's float celebrates the vibrant music of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart during the 200th anniversary year of his death. This float features 3 revolving music boxes, and large violins and floral arrangements and draperies adorn the front of the float. As you can see, it is a gorgeous float, and it won the Grand Marshal's Trophy. All of the people on board are costumed, dressed in 18th century garb. They are INB employees, and they're being honored today for their outstanding volunteer work. Volunteerism is a real spirit in this city.
Okay, here come the old pace cars, just take it as best you can.
All right, these are the old pace cars here coming up now. 8 former pace cars passed before us. A 1911 starter Dayton. And in that car is Louis Meyer, 3-time winner, a 1930 Cord, driven by George Bignotti, who's the chief mechanic, 7 times a winner here at Indianapolis. 1941 Chrysler with Troy Ruttman, youngest winner ever.
And the second row in the 1949 Olds, Duke Nayland, a former 500 champ in the 50s. 1954 Dodge next to him with A.J. Watson, mechanic who served with several winners, including Johnny Rutherford, and closest to the screen, 1956 DeSoto with Emile Andre.
And a 1957 Mercury with Len Sutton, a driver for many, many years here. And in a 1961 Thunderbird, Eddie Sachs Jr., who is the son of one of Indianapolis' most famous drivers. These are 8 former pace cars as they pass before us here in the year 1991.
They are beautiful. And before us now is the St. Joseph County Sheriff's Posse from South Bend, Indiana. The Posse, a nonprofit organization, group of 20 men who are willing to donate time and skill and knowledge to serve and represent St. Joseph's County. It's a fixture at many parades. Been at the Cotton Bowl Parade. They've been in Chicago for the St. Patrick's Day Parade and the Rose Bowl Parade. And they also serve as reserve police officers. Let's welcome them once again, St. Joseph County Sheriff's Posse.
Now these horses, Diane, seem to be accustomed to the carpeting now. They've obviously been here before.
Yes, they've been very well trained. They do practice for about a month before the race and before this parade, so they do get accustomed to all the black and white checks on these 120,000 square yards of carpet that they see.
As you mentioned before, apparently to a horse's eye, those black dots appear to be holes.
Let's go down now to Pennsylvania and Clyde Lee with Mark Russell.
Mark Russell, welcome to Indianapolis.
Well, thank you very much.
As a comedian, I just would wonder what you would see about this parade and about the festivities here. What makes you a parade type of guy?
Well, they knew I was from Washington, D.C., and that's why they put me directly behind the horses right ahead there.
So you're kind of cleaning up a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm following the part of the horses that I'm most familiar with.
Mark Russell, welcome to Indianapolis and welcome to the 500 Festival Parade.
Thank you.
Clyde, you asked and you heard. The man always has an answer. That's Mark Russell, and we'll be back with the 500 Festival Parade right after this.
I heard Hardee's is now making deli, so I came to see if there's any competition.
You have to have fresh ingredients.
Slice the meat just so.
It's a nice, big, juicy sandwich.
Okay, a big roast beef with tomatoes, lettuce, and mayo in deli talk.
I've got beef with Tommy on the grass. Schmear 'em.
Chicken fillet to go.
Bird from Philly to Schlepp.
To go.
Slap.
Slap. Turkey club to go.
Big club walking.
Let's taste. There's no better tasting sandwiches than real deli sandwiches. Only Hardee's.
This Hardee's does good deli.
The Dodge Spirit, the Plymouth Acclaim. Last year in consumer comparisons, 83 out of 100 people preferred the Acclaim and Spirit to Honda Accord. Both have a longer powertrain warranty than Honda, more interior room, and a driver's airbag. So what are you waiting for? A deal? All right. We're offering savings and incentives up to $2,250. Rediscover the great American family car values.
Hi, I'm Dave Coulier.
And I'm Arlene Sorkin of America's Funniest People.
We're coming to your town, and now it's your chance to get on national television and possibly win $10,000.
And this is where our cruise will be.
America's Funniest People is coming to Coda Territory. May 31st at the Rushmore Mall, June 1st at Storybook Island, and June 2nd at the Spearfish City Park.
For more information, call us at 213-662-5100.
And remember, no funny, no money.
Next time on Cheers.
Sam, brace yourself. Diane and I are going to cohabitate.
Living together is turning Diane into sneezy and Frasier into grumpy.
Are you going to take a zoo tight?
Diane, I'm afraid we've moved past Gesundheit. We're now on our way to stuff a sock in it.
Diane couldn't really be allergic to Frasier, or could she?
Aren't you going to gloat?
I like to think I'm above that, Diane. On Cheers.
Tonight at 6:30 on Coda Territory.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Diane Willis with Dick Clark. We are here at the Hardee's 500 Festival Parade. We welcome you, and you're getting a shot now from the airship America over the city.
That was that little storm they had off to the west there. They're seen from the Goodyear blimp.
We are
About
really
a 250,000 people here keeping their eye on the weather, but on the parade for the most part.
And crossing their fingers as well. We're at the mercy of the elements. Rain has delayed the start of the race about 8 times. Here we have Ben Davis High School, the Marching Giants. They're directed by Jim Brooks. They display the pride of Ben Davis. They march proudly. They should. They have won state music championships 5 consecutive years. The Ben Davis Marching Giants have performed in the Orange and the Rose Bowl parades, the King Kamehameha Parade in Hawaii, and the Granada World Music Festival in Europe. Let's listen to their award-winning sounds. Of Ben Davis High School, Battle Hymn of the Republic.
And following them, Diane, is the Merchants National Company's float, proudly saluting Indiana with the time to remember our Indiana heritage. What is that heritage? It is a strong work ethic, genuine friendliness, fondly called Hoosier hospitality, obviously great passion for sports and a strong streak of patriotism. The Merchants National Company's float features a variety of refurbished and modern buildings, including a replica of the newly renovated Soldiers and Sailors Monument. A lot of activity taking place there over this weekend. United States and Indiana flags are each 25 feet long, and Merchants is very proud to be a part of this great stand since 1865. 1865 they've been with us. There they are, the 500 Gordon Pipers, led by Dr. Wallace G. Deal, wearing the dress Gordon tartan, the drummers wearing the Wallace tartan kilts. A couple of mascots down there, but yeah, a black Scotty and a white West Highland Terrier wearing their tunics. This is their 28th appearance in the Festival Memorial Parade.
They are crowd pleasers, aren't they, Dick?
Yes, indeed.
And a little bit of nostalgia as Hardee's Food Systems bring us Remember Rock and Roll 50s. Remember the days of the Burger Hop Drive-In? You remember that, Dick? I do, too.
You're telling me, do I remember? This is my era.
We could get 25-cent shakes and malts and fries, and all the while enjoying the jukebox of the 1950s music. Well, that's all recreated here on the Hardee's float, as well as car hops on roller skates.
You got an old soda fountain on board there, too. This is really a good piece of nostalgia.
Were they really the good old days, though?
Obviously. Would I lie to you?
Never.
Oh, these are the Keystone's tops. They're always a favorite. Children of all ages driving a 1929 Ford truck.
And lots of shtick going on. Let's go down street side now to Clyde Lee.
And the real stars of the Indianapolis 500, the 33 drivers that make up the field for the 1991 Indianapolis 500. Front row, Rick Mears. On the pole at 224.113. A.J. Foyt, who we saw earlier, is the Grand Marshal of this year's parade. And there's Mario Andretti, sitting on the outside of row 1 at a speed of 221.818 at his qualifying speed. Second row, Bobby Rahal, who has won this race. He knows Indiana and Indianapolis 500 very well. Qualifying at 221.401. Followed by Michael Andretti, who qualified at 220.943. And on the outside of row 2, Al Unser Jr., qualifying at 219.823.
And ranking right up there with Old Glory and Apple Pie and baseball, the telephone, of course, is an American institution. Staying in touch by phone is the theme of Indiana Bell's Stars and Stripes festooned entry you see there. Even the dog and the cat are honoring the red, white, and blue.
I gotta get that
The
in.
theme this year is a time to remember, and we've seen that elegantly displayed in all of the floats as they've passed by on this 35th Hardee's 500 Festival Parade. Lots of humor in this float. Old Glory, Old Friends, and Indiana Bell, it says.
Coming up next here, Diane, is the Mizpah Shrine Horse Patrol, representing the Shrine Temple of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Golden Palomino horses equipped with silver saddles, led by Captain Dale Rollins, assisted by Lieutenant Denny Burnworth and Sergeant Jack Johnson. Good-looking group. We ride so a crippled child may walk is their wonderful motto. The Mizpah Shrine Horse Patrol.
This year's theme brings Bank One Salute to the Past Rookies of the Year. Bank One proud to present 6 former winners with replicas of their winning cars. You see Bobby Grimm, the 1959 Rookie of the Year. Harnelli Jones, 61 Rookie of the Year. Jim McElreath, 1962 Rookie of the Year. Bill Puterbaugh, 1975 Rookie of the Year. Jerry Sneva, 1977 Rookie of the Year. And Larry Rice, 1978 Rookie of the Year. Incidentally, 6 drivers have won the Indy 500 race as rookies. This is in commemoration of the 75th running of the 500-mile race, and it won the Director's Trophy.
And we have a handful of rookies in the upcoming race. Looking forward to see how they do.
And people here honoring them. Lots of race fans here today.
This is the Otsego High School Band, marching across the checkered carpeting for the first time, directed by David Mowry from Otsego High School in Tontogany, Ohio. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Indiana.
There is more to come in this exciting Memorial Day celebration, so stay with us for more of the Hardee's 500 Festival Parade.
Tonight, when the sun goes down in Miami, that's when things really get hot.
Let's hit it!
They've got fast boats.
It's a big ocean.
And dirty money.
Just tell me when they're gonna be.
By air, by sea, it's a high-tech game of cat and mouse. The stakes are high, and nobody's playing games.
Get your worthless hide out of here before I drop kick it through the wall.
You're dead. Cat Everett goes up against modern-day pirates in Thunderbolt Row.
Followed by Coda Territory News Tonight. It's your weekend to cut loose. Get into a serious jam on the best of Big Break. Break time with Natalie Cole, In Vogue, Jeffrey Osborne, Maxie Priest. The Pointer Sisters. Tony. And Whitney Houston. The best of Big Break.
Saturday night at 12:30 on Coda Territory.
This is Coda Territory, serving South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming.
Hi, I'm Ari Lyondike, driving the RCA Lola Chevrolet during the 75th running of the Indianapolis 500. Welcome to the Indianapolis 500 Festival Parade.
Well, you just saw Ari Leyendyke. The 33 drivers are going to be putting on their race faces soon. Let's go down to Clyde, street side, for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rows of this starting lineup. Clyde?
Row 3, inside row 3, John Andretti qualified at 219.059 miles an hour. Next, Jim Crawford in the middle of row 3, who qualified this year at 218.947. And outside row 3, spin to win, Danny Sullivan, 218.343 miles per hour. Of course, the Andretti family, well known throughout the speedway and around racing. As a matter of fact, this year there are 4 Andretti family members in the race, and they make up and are in 4 rows of this year's race. An incredible achievement for the Andretti family. Eddie Cheever on the inside of row 4, qualified at 218.122. Next, another Andretti, Jeff Andretti, qualified this year at 217.632. And on the outside of row 4, Scott Goodyear, qualified 216.751. On the inside of row 5, Gary Bettenhausen, 224.468, the fastest man at the Speedway in 1991. Followed by Ari Leyendyke, qualified at 223.881. And a winner of the Indianapolis 500, Emerson Fittipaldi, who put 4 laps together for an average of 223.064. Dion, Dick, back to you.
Those pace cars you see out there on the parade today are the new Dodge Shadow ES convertible featuring the monochromatic white treatment, including white wheels. It sports an automatic transmission and turbocharged engine. Beautiful cars.
Full of history and legend and lore and tradition.
This is the Monroe Central Junior and Senior High School Band from Parker City, Indiana, under the direction of Douglas Fletcher. This is their 3rd time in the Indianapolis 500 Festival Memorial Parade. They're from Parker City, Indiana, and they are repeat Indiana State Fair Band champions of 1990.
Wonderful job by the band. Of course, the honorary parade marshals are the starting drivers in the upcoming race. Clyde?
We're in row 6 now, and Kevin Colgan put 4 laps together of 222.844 miles an hour, followed by Stan Fox, who this year qualified at 219.501. And on the outside of row 6, Mike Groff, 219.015 miles an hour, his 4-lap average to qualify for the 75th running of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Then as we move into row 7, Scott Brayton, qualifying this year at 218.627. Another Bettenhausen, Tony Bettenhausen, this year qualifying at 218.188 miles per hour. And on the outside of row 7, Bernard Jourdain, qualifying this year at 216.683. The 8th row, inside, Jeff Brabham, qualifying 214.859. And the youngest driver in the race, Buddy Lazier, qualifying at 218.692. And welcome our rookie, Hiro Matsushita, qualifying this year at 218.141. Let's welcome them all.
Thank you, Clyde. Every driver who is here is a winner, but there can only be one champion. And I think a lot of the people who came here today are coming to look at these heroes. They are really legends.
That's the Blossom Time float out there right now, Dion. That's the Queen's Trophy winner. Southwestern Michigan, with a history dating back 85 years as Michigan's oldest and largest festival.
The brightly colored Blossom Time interurban railway trolley brings back a lot of happy memories of the past. Family outings, children's games, And you can even see a businessman of today looking back on those happy days. The old fishing hole with his neighborhood buddies. Blossom time. Queen's Trophy winner today.
Then and now. Once again, let's go down to Clyde for the honorary parade marshals, the 33 starting drivers.
We're moving into the last 3 rows of this year's starting field, and in row 9, qualifying at 217.952, John Paul Jr. In the middle of row 9, Taro Pamra, 215.648 his qualifying speed, and Scott Pruitt, qualifying at 214.814 miles per hour. In row 10, Roberto Guerrero, we welcome back to Indianapolis, qualifying this year at 214.027. And Willie T. Ribbs getting a big hand here, qualifying at 217.358 miles per hour. And on the outside of row 10, Dominic Dobson, qualifying at 215.326. And as we round out the field of 33 and moving into row 11, Randy Lewis qualifying at 214.565 miles per hour. Always a crowd favorite, Pancho Carter put 4 laps together of 214.012. And the 33rd driver in this year's Indianapolis 500, Gordon Johncock, qualifying at 213.812. And that rounds out our field of 33 for this year's Indianapolis 500. Dick and Dion?
Thank you, Clyde. Something magical about the race.
This is the Speedway High School Band here, the annual favorite, directed by Al Spangler from Speedway High School in Speedway, Indiana, at the annual Hardee's 500 Festival Parade.
We'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.
The RCA projection screen is so big, you'll feel like part of the show when you watch the RCA home theater. It also has Dolby surround sound that's so real,
Stand back, everyone.
you'll forget you're sitting at home.
Let me handle this.
The RCA home theater also has Pix in Pix. It lets you watch 2 things at once, in color. Another way RCA is changing entertainment again.
What makes Hardee's biscuits different from everyone else's?
We do our biscuits from scratch.
Bakers.
This is a scratch buttermilk biscuit. They're baked minutes before you order it.
I like to do it gently. You get a nice, smooth cut.
We do this so they all come out perfect.
Perfect biscuits.
And it makes you feel good.
Rise and shine made from scratch biscuits and biscuit bakers. Only Hardee's.
Now at Ziegler Building Center, the savings are giant. Hurry in, bring your truck. Holloway half-inch plasterboard for just $2.89 a sheet. Buy 4x8 pine siding, just $15.99 a sheet. And stock up now on 2x6 redwood lumber, just 49 cents a linear foot. And now at Ziegler Building Center, aluminum windows are sale priced, and so is outdoor turf carpeting. So hurry in where the savings are giant. Ziegler Building Center on Center Street in Rapid City.
The Birmingham Fire try to nail down a playoff spot when they travel to Raleigh-Durham. It's the season finale of the World League, Saturday on ABC Sports.
There are no dramatizations or recreations on scene. This week you're going on scene with an actual SWAT team on a drug raid. You'll fly with life flight to the scene of a devastating accident.
Sunday night at 10:30.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Hardee's 500 Festival Parade. I'm Diane Willis with Dick Clark. You're seeing the Sweepstakes Trophy winner here, the United Parcel Service float. Back for the 4th year, United Parcel Service presents Remembering the Pit Stop. Float shows the delivery service providing pit crews at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway during the month of May with all the things they need to avoid all the desperate and frenetic work that they have to do at the last minute. The race really permeates this whole month. It's a very fitting.
You can feel it once you come to Indianapolis. This is race week, and that is a beauty. It's smoking. Oh, here a couple of my buddies, Tom and Jerry, delighting cartoon audiences around the world since, oh golly, back in 1935. This Kemp Balloons creation took 5 months to complete. They won a lot of awards, including 8 Oscars, these two guys. Tom and Jerry made their debut at the Philadelphia Thanksgiving Day Parade in 1990. And here they are today in Indianapolis, Indiana. That's a sky view from the Goodyear blimp looking down on the two of them.
And do you see how hard the people underneath are working there? Indiana Bell Telephone Pioneers, a volunteer organization. They've had some trouble with some of the gusts of winds just keeping things down.
These things can be, what, 76 feet high? Something?
Yes, and they take at least 20 tanks of helium to keep aloft.
This is the Teachers Credit Union float coming up here. This is the Associates Trophy winner, Diane.
School is almost out, but the excitement of starting out for vacation can be overwhelming, and you see that depicted in this float. Kids can get a little bit antsy. The boy is fishing for his dog, the girl looking to her teddy bear. Mom is tired of controlling the kids.
Familiar scene.
Very natural. No matter where you go or what direction you head out. Vacations, of course, are a time to remember. And that's what this float, the Teachers Credit Union float, wants to depict. Humorous float. One we all can identify with. Summer vacations.
And the music you're picking up now is the Indianapolis Public Schools All-City Marching Band, composed of students from 7 high schools in the Indianapolis public school system, and it was formed for the express purpose of marching right here in this 500 Festival Memorial Day Parade. They all wear their individual school uniforms, and it's an amazing thing when you consider they're from everywhere. They're all together making great music.
It's one of my favorite bands. Shows such cooperation and unity. Marching and strutting their stuff for 3 miles now, and they're not going to lose any of their spirit. They love to be here. And it's time now to welcome a very special celebrity. Riding in a 1929 Packard from the Motor Speedway Hall of Fame Museum is Mary George. Mary is chairman of the board of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. She's daughter of Mrs. Mary Holman and the late Tony Holman. Riding with Mary is legendary Phil Harris, Dolly Cole, and ABC sports commentator Chris Schenkel. Worked for 30 years as a network announcer and is a Hoosier native. So welcome home, Chris.
And right behind them, the rest of the George family, Tony George and his wife Laura, along with Edward and Tony, riding in a 1928 Studebaker. Tony, of course, is president and chief executive officer of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Can't see him in there too well. They just had a baby girl a couple of weeks ago, Lauren. So we wish them happy baby and welcome to the parade.
Hope they get some sleep.
It's a beautiful automobile, 1928 Studebaker.
We want to give them a big welcome.
This is the Eli Lilly and Company, an American classic float. This is the President's Trophy winner. And the theme of our next float is brought to us by Eli Lilly and Company as we travel back to a time to remember, and they invite us to turn back the calendar some 75 years. By the way, Eli Lilly and Company, one of the world's leading research-based pharmaceutical corporations, has a 115-year history in Indianapolis and a rich tradition of participation in the community. And that is a beautiful, beautiful float, an American classic. Let's take a look at from high up here, isn't that it? That really
gorgeous.
Gives you a good
all
look
those
at.
Flowers.
Imagine how much work went into the making of that. This is the Eli Lilly and Company float here at the Hardee's 500 Festival Parade, which will continue right after this word.
Your new General Motors vehicle is more like this Indy race car than you think. Both run with Delco Electronics engine computers. Delco Electronics has built more than 50 million for everyday vehicles. They're a recent addition to Indy cars. Now race drivers can get the same benefits. Chevrolet, Geo, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, Cadillac, and GMC truck drivers experience impressive fuel economy and acceleration. Engine computers, one-way Delco Electronics is driving the world in automotive technology.
I heard Hardee's is now making deli, so I came to see if there's any competition. Okay, a big roast beef with tomatoes, lettuce, and mayo in deli talk.
I've got a beef with Tommy on the grass, schmear 'em.
Chicken fillet to go.
Bird from Philly to Schlepp.
Turkey club to go.
Big club what?
There's no better tasting sandwiches than real deli sandwiches.
This Hardee's does a good deli.
And for dessert, try our new premium frozen yogurt in a cone or a sundae. It's just like the great tasting frozen yogurt at a yogurt shop. Only Hardee's.
Summer is fun, but it's even more fun with a boat from Four Seasons Sports Center. Four Seasons has over 20 years experience and dozens of boats in stock and ready to go. They feature Mercury Outboards, America's #1 selling outboard with complete boat, Mercury motor, and trailer packages starting at just $104 per month. There's low interest rate financing available, and they want your trades. From fishing and speedboats to pontoon boats, look to the leader. Four Seasons Sports, your authorized Mercury dealer on East St. Pat in Rapid City.
Hi, I'm Bob Vila. Next time on Home Again, it's a cobble wood floor in the kitchen, a historic house tour, and a garage door. Don't miss it.
Saturday afternoon at 4.
They qualify with speed, but it takes more than speed to conquer their next challenge. It takes skill, teamwork, and sometimes pure luck. It's the world's greatest auto race, the Indianapolis 500 Live. Then it's the next challenge in the International Race of Champions. It's all Sunday on ABC Sports.
Welcome back to the 500 Festival Parade. Dick Clark and Diane Willis, and you promised me good weather. You delivered.
You have to be optimistic and see it has changed. We've gone through about 3 different weather changes, a little bit of sun.
That's the overhead shot right now, and it is a beauty, and the parade is continuing along here in downtown Indianapolis.
Yeah, the city's population doubles by race day. Over 500,000 race fans come in, and it's a financial windfall for this city of skyscrapers. Festival brings in $18 million new dollars, which turns over 12 times.
All right, where do we have here? The American Legion float. Time to remember once again honoring a great man involved with the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in so many ways. Captain Eddie Rickenbacker obviously was a race car driver, a World War I flying ace, Medal of Honor winner, and owner of the Speedway for 18 years, and also a leader of the American Legion during its formative years. This is a nearly full-size model of Rickenbacker's World War I fighter. It's displayed on the float. This is the American Legion float from Indianapolis, the Judges Trophy winner. A lot of work goes into these, Dion. Can you imagine that airplane there is almost life-size.
And it looks like it's going to take off. I really love it. Eddie Rickenbacker. Now we're seeing the Star of Indiana, the next marching group, the Drum and Bugle Corps from Bloomington. 135-member group is directed by James Mason, and they're dressed in uniforms that depict Roman centurions, and they're musically presenting Respighi's Roman images.
They've won a lot of competitions, about 20 of them in the past few years. It's just quite a group.
They have, and they travel about 14,000 miles a year. They're very busy. Something special for this Diamond Jubilee race.
From the Star of Indiana band, we go now to the Wood One Wheelers. From Bowling Green, Ohio, a 4-H sanctioned club of 45 riders under the direction of Jan Lane from Findlay, Ohio. There are a couple of young ones.
They're 5 years old.
They range in age from 5 to 60 years of age, and these unicycles they're on go from 2 to 10 feet tall.
Aren't they good?
Yeah, this is their 6th appearance here at the Hardee's Indianapolis 500 Festival Memorial Parade. The Wood One Wheelers, Bowling Green. You have to tell the truth. Have you ever been able to do this
No, not even when I could have done it.
Look at that kid, makes it look so easy. I have tried more times than I got a lesson. I got to get 4 or 5 lessons from
You
the
know, they're
kid.
not afraid. I think that's why.
I think so.
Perfect balance, and they're not afraid. They're just loving this. They're thrilled.
Look at the tall one back there. A couple of them.
Almost in the stratosphere.
There, the real tall ones in the back, 2 to 10 feet. Those got to be the 10-foot high jobs. That's a long ride.
That and just the coordination, bicycle built for 2, holding hands with someone else, trusting that someone else can ride in unison.
Look at this. The Wood One-Wheelers.
And we'll be back right after this with the Hardee's 500 Festival Parade. Stay with us.
This is Motor Trend's Top 10 pick as the best American sports sedan buy. And this, the best American Econo Sport. And this, the best American minivan. All of which have one thing in common, the name Dodge. Dodge Spirit RT, Shadow ES Turbo, and Caravan. Joined by yet a 4th Top 10 selection, the 300 horsepower Dodge Stealth RT Twin Turbo.
Now, get up to $1,500 cash back on select Dodge cars.
I heard Hardee's is now making deli, so I came to see if there's any competition.
You have to have fresh ingredients.
Slice the meat just so.
It's a nice, big, juicy sandwich.
Okay, a big roast beef with tomatoes, lettuce, and mayo in deli talk.
I've got beef with Tommy on the grass. Schmear 'em.
Chicken fillet to go.
Bird from Philly to Schlepp.
To go.
Slap.
Slap. Turkey club to go.
Big club walking.
Let's taste. There's no better tasting sandwiches than real deli sandwiches. Only Hardee's.
This Hardee's does good deli.
Why race around and around looking for great furniture buys? Head for the winner's circle, Bear's House of Quality.
Right, Dad. Our Memorial Day sale is the best ever.
Selected leather groups, 50% off. Save 50% on selected leather recliners. And a special group of bedroom sets, half off.
Be a winner. Shop the Memorial Day sale now through May 31st at Bear's House of Quality in Sioux Falls, Fargo, Rapid City, and Billings.
At O'Neill's in Spearfish, Memorial Day means memorable savings. Hurry in. This store-wide sale includes a drop-leaf table and 2 chairs for just $189.88. Sofa sleepers from just $288.88. Swivel rockers from $144.88. And recliners from just $189.75. In the carpet department, outdoor grass carpet starts at just $2.99 a square yard, and Kangaback carpet starts at just $6.49 a square yard. Now through Monday, the Memorial Day sale at O'Neill's in Spearfish. And yes, O'Neill's will be open Monday with savings galore.
Everybody loves a parade, Diane, and she's loving every minute of it.
And it hasn't rained on her parade at all. I think she thinks she's...
This is the Paulding Mighty Marching Machine from Paulding Exempted Village School in Paulding, Ohio. Amy Rader directs this 106-member maroon and white uniform group. Unique marching style. They pride themselves on their high-step marching. Look at them, precision dance steps. This is the Paulding Exempted Village School, Paulding, Ohio.
They're really giving it 110%, a real athletic band.
I love that. I love to watch.
Nice stepping.
Take a look at this float. Wow.
The way we were. As long as there are people who value the past, there will be new records set, new names in the winner's circle. This is the Michigan Apple Committee. Their float, people with vision. Their queen that you see there, the 1991 Michigan Apple Queen, Penny Marie Vicini, Salusa Speedway. And on behalf of the Michigan Apple industry, she wishes us all a happy 75th anniversary here.
This is a big day. 75 years of the race, 35 years of the parade and festival. You mentioned earlier this is the 2nd largest festival in the country?
Yes, it is. And when you consider all the volunteers, 2,000 Boy Scouts and over 4,000 other volunteers making it all possible.
This is the Clown Bicycle Gang from Indianapolis. This is their 2nd appearance. This custom-built bicycle has 2 wheels and obviously 4 riders. They're ready for any special occasion.
Now, I would not be coordinated to do that either.
No, you got to have a lot of cooperation to join in that one.
And up next, a familiar face to every Indianapolis race fan, Jim Neighbors.
Yes, indeed.
He traditionally sings Back Home Again in Indiana. People just love him. And he may be better known as Gomer Pyle from the Andy Griffith Show. He still says he gets goosebumps every time he sings before the 500,000 at the race. The adrenaline really pumps for him, and we're so glad to welcome him back again.
He is a regular. Welcome home, Jim. This is the Indiana Morgan Horse Club in their 8th year of appearances here, led by Don Abbott. You can see some of the horses are saddle horses. Some are pulling antique carriages and carts of yesteryear. By the way, Morgan horses were the first American breed of horses and were favorites of the United States Cavalry and the early pioneers. Here come some more of them. We got wagons and buggies. The Indiana Morgan Horse Club.
And this next float just following is the Float Committee's trophy winner. The employees of Palco have put together the sights and sounds of the past. Employees of Indianapolis Power and Light Company. A little nostalgia. Float features a 1920s vintage utility truck, a wonderful park scene with working water fountain and a bandstand. And the employees of Indianapolis Power and Light are playing popular tunes from a bandstand that's decorated, of course. What else? Red, white, and blue.
Brings back memories of yesteryear.
I think people like it.
Yeah.
Yesteryear has a good ring to it. And from the past to the future, U.S. Gymnastic Banner Flag Corps is announcing that the World Gymnastics Championships will be held here in Indianapolis in August.
There's the banner. The U.S. Gymnastic banner announcing August?
In August, yes. World champions.
And following right behind is former gymnast Mary Lou Retton. Mary Lou catapulted to international fame by winning the all-around gold medal in women's gymnastics at the 1984 Olympic Games in Los Angeles. Became the first American woman ever to win a gold medal in gymnastics. Clyde, let's talk to her.
Welcome to Indianapolis, Mary Lou Retton.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Well, you're familiar with the term having a 10. How do you rate the month of Indianapolis 500 and all the festivities around?
This is fabulous. It's a week of just fun-filled activity, and we're just proud to be a part of it.
All right, we're glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Mary Lou Retton, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Clyde. Her sunny smile always makes me feel good.
And look what she's followed by. Very appropriately for a mighty woman.
Mighty Mouse. Here he comes to save the day. Maybe bring us sunshine for the upcoming race. He'll prove that crime will never pay. And it looks like he's grown to giant-sized proportions. He reaches 65 feet high from head to toe. He was finished just about a year ago, and it took 6 months to build him and paint him. It's his first appearance.
It's a good-looking guy. This is the PSI Energy Company paying tribute to 75 chapters of racing history here. It features landmarks that have vanished from the speedway scene, the former main gate pylons, the gasoline alley, the centerpiece rendering of the wooden pagoda that served as the timing and scoring tower during much of the track's history. And this is the PSI Energy Float from Plainfield, Indiana.
And it's the Parade Champions Trophy as well.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
This week on Star Search, it's a special encore of $1 Million Champions. By your request, relive the night that new stars of the 6th season walked away with $100,000 each. They became your favorites then. Now they're on their way to stardom. This week, it's the Star Search Classic. Then next week, regular Star Search competition continues with round 2 of Star Search 91. Watch this week to see why Star Search is the world's greatest talent competition.
Sunday night at 11.
J. Edgar Hoover. He was the FBI.
The FBI is clean, tough, all-American.
Hated, feared, even revered.
Hoover cannot stop the civil rights movement.
Was he fighting for freedom?
He's public enemy number 1.
Or destroying it? Louise Fletcher, David Ogden Stiers, and Treat Williams. J. Edgar Hoover.
Saturday night at 10:30.
You're tuned to KOTA TV, Rapid City, KDUH TV, Scottsbluff, KHSD Television, Lee Deadwood, and KSGW TV, Sheridan.
The following is a special presentation of ABC Sports.